Hello, my name is Teresa from Reflexology UK, and we're here to tell you the next series in the part 7 with stories from Reflexology UK and what background really goes into when I'm teaching how I'm able to be in a state of high vibration and keep everyone upbeat when they're going through sometimes some of the most stressful situations, whether that's problems in their families and they're on my courses, or whether it's worries about doing the exams. I'm always able to see the best in the situation as best as I can, but in order to do that, there are certain things I personally have to do. So this week, we're taking you behind the scenes in how I stay in a high vibration. I try, I don't get it 100%, it's forever evolving. And these are the categories that I try to look at to be in the highest vibration possible that I can be in that moment, so I'm there and able to be that for you. So most of the people I attract into my life have got phenomenal vibration with them because I really work hard on myself to stay in that high vibration. Doesn't mean high energy, it's just a vibrational frequency that oozes out that attracts others. And when I've seen that in other students, I felt like a magnet, that magnet sucks me in because I can really relate to them and I can feel their vibration. So what I want you to do is get your hands and rub them really, really, really well. And then I want you to feel that energy. Okay, I can make it long, I can make it wide, I can make it this way if you wish, but I can do it any way. I can make it into a ball. But some people feel this energy in all parts of their body. So when they're standing next to someone, they don't even need to speak to them. They can tell whether that person they're massaging, standing next to, doing reflexology on, has a high vibrational frequency. And that's this. You know when you're next to someone and you think, oh, I feel exhausted. It's like because they're sucking. They need you. They need something from you, from that frequency you're on. But what I'm talking about with you today is how I've managed to, as best as I can with all the different things going on in the world, how I have managed to keep my vibration as high as possible. Because we do, and I'm sure you will admit it, we are all being tested with our level of vibration currently. And it's not an act that I suddenly say, no, I'm going to be like this. It's because I'm trying to live my very best in the present moment and have so many people relying on me to take them through courses that I'm answerable to these people. And if I'm not living my best frequency, then how can I expect that of others? So because I'm answerable to myself and I'm answerable to my students, then I work so hard to keep this frequency as high as possible. So I'm going to tell you about what I do, and then I'm going to tell you about the story of someone that I knew on one of my courses way back in the very, very beginning, and tell you about her as well. So what are some of the things I do? Well, within Reflexology UK, some of the things that happen in the background to keep me at the optimal vibrational level. On social media, I don't really get caught up into all the drama, into all the negative aspects of life. I know what's going on. Doesn't mean if there's something I can do, I will do it. But if there isn't anything I can do, I'll just sort of rise above the drama of what's going on, and I will just carry on with my life and do the things that I can do in this current moment. So what that also means is finding people that are either on the same frequency as me or are tuned in to a higher frequency. Does this make sense? If it does, give me a big like on the YouTube video. So if they're on a higher frequency, I can't wait to be around them, because I charge off these people like a battery. Okay, these people charge me, and they can be like mentors, they can be anyone that you know of that gets you. You know, sometimes you just can't explain it. All I know is that when you've been in their presence, you feel amazing. So you can even just be sitting there in their presence and their whole aura vibrates out. So those people, if you find those people, wow, you've got to go do your very best to get around them, because that electric, that energy that's coming out onto you will fill you up and make you feel, it'll really have an amazing impact on you. So really charge up the friends, you know, look for people that charge you up rather than drain you. Okay, I'm not saying you can't be around people that take and drain, but try and find people that sort of like make you feel really, you know, they inspire you to get up every morning, to be who you are, and are grateful, appreciative, you know, just basic stuff that the world needs more of. And we need more people like you to be like that. So search those people and just be around them, learn from them and absorb their energy, because it will really, really help you. Now, the other thing is within that, food. Now, I'm no dietitian, but I do know what's healthy and what's not healthy. And it's not just about, oh my gosh, I've got to do a green juice, then I've got to make sure I've got the best vegetables and I've got the best salad. It's not just about that, because in the past, I remember thinking, oh, I've got to make sure I've got all these bits, but I was stressed. I was stressed about it. And now, when you make a meal, you're trying to make it lovely and colourful. Yeah? Not just about just getting the organic food. We're not going to be able to get everything sourced organically 100%. So we do our best. And if you have more time and you're able to get your food and you're able to have a garden of vegetables, even better, your frequency is going to be up there. Super. But not all of us have the time to do that. So as best as you can afford and as best as you are able, get as much organic food as you can. Obviously, the vegetables and the colours that you put on your plate can be exuberant, you know, oranges, yellows for corn, you know, sweet potatoes, orange, lots of lovely green shades. Make the colours on your plate, and the vibrations that come out of the food, especially if it's organic, will really fill your plate, the energy of that food. And when the energy from the food is vibrating and you're not chopping up your food stressed out, because that's what you're doing. If you're chopping up even organic food stressed out, it's transmitting into the food, the chores that you've got to do. So just when you've got your food there and you're making whatever dinners for your family, just step back, take 2 or 3 deep breaths and be present on exactly what you are doing. And then when you serve up the food, take a look at that plate. Really look at the detail of what you've done. You can even make patterns and so on with it. Okay? I'm not after you to do a posh dish or anything. I'm just saying you can shed lots of love into that meal. And then when you give lots of love into that meal, whether it's organic or not, then you're going to be taking in that, and the frequency is going to be, again, really, really high. Same comes with clothing and the way things are made and buying from the right people that have got that frequency. So all of this is about frequency. So always be asking yourself, if I go this way, is there a higher frequency? If I go that way in a direction, is that got a right frequency? And that's even with traveling. You can look for frequencies that are going to charge you up. So it's the same with the beach or the trees. Even trees have frequencies, don't they? I once lived in a town, I'm not in the middle, and I thought, oh, these trees are amazing. And they were. But then suddenly I went further out, more into the countryside. And again, the frequency of these trees was even more. So you see how the earth can charge you up. And if you're not resonating with that, if you haven't got much greenery around you, there's normally a tree somewhere. You can just look at the leaves. You don't have to go through a big forest. And that can charge you up. All of these little things can charge you up in your day-to-day life. So really be on an adventure to keep looking for things that keep charging you up. Now, the other thing is, some people say they don't like exercise, and I'm not surprised. I personally, each to themselves. For me to go to the gym and do the cycling and all the gym equipment, it doesn't do it for me. But I see people for hours on end going to the gym and doing it, and they obviously must enjoy it. But you've got to find an exercise that you enjoy. Something that makes you lose yourself and not be clock watching. Now for me, I've just started learning tennis, and it's something I do a couple of times a week. And, I book the slot, I do it. And I'm not the best tennis player. I've only been doing it for a couple of years. So I'm at the real learning stages. But everyone I play with is a higher level than me, a higher frequency. So it sort of like elevates me up. And I love doing the exercise so much. It just sort of like transports me. And then when I start work, I'm on a high vibration. Do you see where I'm coming from? I do my work coming from a different vibration rather than feeling like I'm not moving my body. And the same's with yoga. When you get into whatever practice you love, you've got to love the exercise. If you don't know what you love, then try out many different exercises. But it's something that's going to absorb you and something that's going to leave you on a higher frequency that you love. Once upon a time in my 30s, I absolutely loved dancing. I loved it so much, and I still love dancing, but it's not a priority in the same way. So that exercise for me, in those days, I would do hours and hours of dancing. And I'd come off the dance floor like, wow, euphoric at the feelings that it had conjured up in me. I don't know whether you get what I'm talking about. If you haven't ever danced with anyone, it can really elevate you. And then I'd carry on working. And the energy that was exuding out of my hands when I'd give treatments and so on. So do you see where I'm coming from with all of this? Learn things that inspire you, that absolutely make you feel fantastic. Choose the clients you want to work with, okay? Because their vibration will rub off onto you, and you may think, Teresa, but I can't choose the clients I want to work. Yes, you can. You can choose the people that appreciate you. You can choose the clients that are on time. You can choose the clients that love what you do for them. Because when you get appreciation and encouragement and all of those wonderful things, your vibration goes up. Now, the moral of this story is when your vibration increases, and when you're increasing your vibration, guess what? You attract more like-minded people. When your vibration drops, you attract all the problematic people and the things that happen with that. So keep working on yourself, keep looking after you, keep eating the right foods, keep putting yourself around high vibrational people, communities with high vibrations. Be around them, search out them, try out different communities, try out different groups, and find which frequencies make you feel really good when you leave. Just research, that's all you've got to do. And then you can be part of those communities. And again, those communities lift you up. And then all the problems happening around the world you'll be aware of, but your frequency will be high, and others will love you for that frequency and want something. They'll want to get to know you. They'll want to get to know how you've gained that frequency in time. And within your family, your vibration will rub off on others. Keep working on yourself. Keep doing the things you love. Keep eating the food you love. Keep doing the exercise you love. Because like attracts like, and you will attract some phenomenal people in your life. And I was blessed to have this one lady on one of my earlier courses where I was working for, I was working for myself, but I was teaching my anatomy and physiology course. And this one lady, didn't really have to say much to her, but I could see the gleam in her face. She was so happy to be in the classroom, and I just stood in front of her. I'd stand by the side of her, and at the time I couldn't work out why I felt like I was magnetically attracted to her. Not in a strange way, but I just love standing in her presence. And as we got to talk over time, and she listened and showed so much appreciation. In fact, it was quite overwhelming because most of the time I'd been used to people that kept taking. This is when my vibration was starting to really, change and get into some of the best frequencies that were starting to happen to me. You see, I'd attracted this person into my course. And as time evolved, we got to know each other. She did really, really well, got a distinction. I got to understand how she'd managed to change her frequency and where she was coming from. You see, she stood out in the class. I knew, well, I didn't know at the time, but I just knew I was attracted to her. I was attracted to being around her. I loved being around her. And she'd been studying under different mentors how to change her own frequency. Didn't mean she hadn't been through a lot of problems, and she had studied under mentors, and she was working on changing herself. So all these vibrations, I would suggest for you today, when you've listened to this video, I would suggest doing like the wheel of life. It's a circle, and it's like a cake, put it into sections, and write down in those sections of that cake all the different things that you can do anytime. Okay, it might just be as simple as drinking loads of water. It might just be as simple as juggling or whatever that is, or exercise that you can do when you need to increase your vibration. It could be to listen to some meditation or a really good YouTube positive CD, or you can listen to any of my Instagram feeds at ReflexologyUK. I've got lots and lots of motivational things that will really help you think. Or guess what? You can listen to many more of my YouTube videos. They'll always inspire you. Or you can go onto my Facebook wall. All I ever do is put inspirational tips there. My Facebook wall is Reflexology UK. So, join me. Let's make more people rise to a higher vibration. Because when we're coming from a higher vibration of love, it filters out onto other people. Like what I felt with this one student. I felt so attracted to her vibration. And you, my friend, will find other people that are really attracted to the frequency and vibration you are on. So put in the work, do the work on yourself, and make these changes. My name is Teresa Rich from Reflexology UK. I hope today I have had an influence on you to want to higher your vibration despite what's happening around you.